In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a help system for your game. There are a bunch of different ways to approach this, but here's one that I think is pretty good. What I'm going to do here, this is that jailbreak game that we played as a class when, to get used to this style of game. And I was just at Vintage Computer Fest, and someone was saying, like, hey, this game doesn't have a help system. And I said, yeah, you're right. I should add one. So let's add one. So to do this, let's go to functions and let's make a function called help or help menu. You could call it whatever you want. The name is not really, it doesn't really matter. And I'll click add. So now I have an empty function here, and let me right click, and I've added a snippet for this, for a help system. Add a help system. And let's insert this. Now, it says, would you like to add the following sentence? When the player types the verb help, call our help function, and we'll say yes. Now, there's no way for Lantern to know what type of puzzles you have in your game and exactly what specific help to offer. So this is just kind of a general stub right here that you can follow and start modifying. So the first thing it does is it prints out what type of help would you like, and it asks, it says, okay, enter 1 if you want general help, or 2 if you want help with the puzzles. So if the answer was 1, then we're just going to print out some kind of basic boilerplate stuff about the common verbs that you use in this game. So north, south, east, west. Now, in the jailbreak game, there's no north, east, and southwest and all that. So, maybe in your game, you want to put northeast, northwest, south, southeast, southwest, stuff like that. So make sure they're all here. Maybe get out, if that's something that happens in your game. So look around by typing look or L, examine everything using examine, X, or look at. You can search things with the verb search. So this is kind of printing out the most commonly used verbs. And so this is, it's a good kind of starting point. All right, so now if they entered 1, they're going to get the general help. If they entered a 2, then we're not going to do this. We're going to do this. And it's going to print, what would you like a hint on? And then it's going to ask the user for some text, and we're going to compare the answer to the names of the things in our game that the player might want help with. So in that jailbreak game, there's a poster like in the first room. So it's like, okay, if they type poster as the thing they want help on, then it's going to print out, did you examine it? That should give you a hint. And notice, and the double pipe here means or. The double pipe, that's right above the enter key, that means or. So if the answer is poster or the answer is travel poster, then print out, did you examine it? That should give you a hint. Otherwise, if the answer was the dog, because there's a police dog in here, print, you need to feed the dog something from the closet. Okay, right. So, and then finally, else, I don't, so if it didn't match this and it didn't match this, then finally our final else is the backstop case that catches everything else. And it's going to print, I don't have any help on that. So let me save this and run it. And if I type help, it'll say, what would you like help? What type of help would you like? 1, general help, 2, help with puzzles. So if I type in 1, you'll see I get all of that stuff about the basic verbs that are built in. And if I type help, I don't put in 2, then it's going to say, what would you like a hint on? And maybe I'll say the poster. And it says, did you examine it? That should give you a hint. So now if I type help again, and I'll say specific help, and I type in garbage, it says, I don't have any help on that. So it's up to you to add, to change these strings, change this text to be the things in your game, and then print out a help sentence, and then for all the additional cases, then it's going to be based on your game. Now, actually, I put in a fair amount of help here for that game, and I'll show you what I did. But I am just I'm not putting all of that in the stub because it would be useless to you. I'm just putting in a bare bones framework that you can modify. So in this thing, there's the poster you have to figure out. There's the door that you have to get past, the guard that you have to search, the dog you have to feed or pick up and carry around. Then you have to figure out how to get in the cart and wait, and that's kind of it. So so you want a help system that looks like that. And then notice lantern wired. It asked us if we wanted to make a sentence. So lantern made a sentence for us. It said, okay, hey, if the player types the verb help, it's going to call our help function. So that's really all you need to do. Just make a help function, right click, drop in a help system, and then just start modifying the adding more else if statements to handle the individual puzzles in your game. And that's kind of it. And then maybe tweak the verbs up here to match the verbs in your game, something like that. So that'd be fine. That's a fine help system, certainly better than no help system.